Internal divisions in the West are widening, while alliances around the world to the exclusion of the West are getting stronger. Both Saudi Arabia and Iran are among 16 countries that have reportedly applied to join BRICS, which stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Some reports say our northern neighbour, Indonesia, is one of them. The BRICS countries currently account for over 42% of the global population and nearly a quarter of the world's GDP. But they have less than 15% of the voting rights on the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, according to Bloomberg. So they've started their own alternative, the New Development Bank, and in some cases trade oil and other commodities in Chinese yuan instead of US dollars. If the yuan continues to grow as the currency for trading commodities, it will lower the demand for US dollars, leading to significant and possibly uncontrollable inflation in the United States and, by extension, Australia. The most alarming aspect of BRICS, apart from the fact that it is deliberately excluding the US and its formerly powerful allies, is that membership seems predicated on not suffering from climate neurosis. You won't find the likes of Australian Energy Minister Chris Bowen or Greens leader Adam Bandt anywhere near the levers of power in a BRICS country. To be fair, some of these countries do turn up at events like the COP27 climate change crisis meeting at Sharm el-Sheikh last year, but mostly only as grifters looking to shake down the West for guilt money for having bigger houses and cars. Money that mug countries like Australia are only too happy to foolishly flick their way. But the real goal of developing countries knocking on the door of BRICS is unrestrained economic growth, which is exactly what BRICS membership offers them. By contrast, Australian Energy Minister Chris Bowen wants to make us a, quote, renewable energy superpower, which is like Sony announcing that it plans to become the world's biggest manufacturer of 8-track cassette players. To do this, Bowen will shut down our coal and gas-fired generators and replace them with windmills and solar panels blanketing the countryside. Next year, Adelaide will host the biennial International Renewable Energy Conference, where flogging windmills, batteries and solar panels made by Uyghur slaves in China will just be the start of the dead-set battiness. Announcing the conference in January, Bowen said, quote, "Forums like IREC will help us continue to work with global partners, the Pacific and First Nations to address key challenges in renewable energy and find the best path to a clean energy future for all." So our Indigenous brothers and sisters will be leaned on to help us come up with new windmills and solar panels. What could possibly go wrong?